Hi, I'm Hejin and welcome to my fourth video. As you saw from my earlier video, I recently made this dress and thought it'll look nice with a pair of matching Converse. I always wanted to share what it's like to embroider on a pair of Converse, so I made this mini tutorial for those who would also love to make their own customized pair. What you need is a pair of Converse and skeins or threads of your preference. If you're ready, let's discuss where to embroider before we begin. First, the easy parts to embroider are the outer body and the tongue, or the long piece in the middle. The inner body is also easy to work on, but this part gets quite dirty and worn out from friction while walking. And the warning zone is the heel, because of the multiple layers of thick fabric sewn together, which makes it hard to penetrate with embroidery needle. I recommend designing mainly on the outer body and the tongue, as it's the easiest and they really shine when we wear them. Considering this anatomy, here's the design that I came up with and how it turned out. I wanted them to match Celeste's dress with the same shine and sparkles, so I could wear them together as a complete set. Here's my pair of low-top Converse, and the first thing that I did was removing the labels. You could keep them if you want, but I prefer having more space to embroider, so I usually remove them. Removing it is quite simple. Cut the seams on each side, pull out the label, and clear the cut strings. It's also nice to straighten the fabric after that. Now we can start embroidering from the outer body. I usually start with chalk and embroider along the lines. And be careful when embroidering near the bottom of the fabric where it meets the rubber. It gets thicker on the bottom, so your embroidery needle could break if you push too hard around there. Besides that, it's fairly easy and soothing to embroider here. Next, we're moving towards the back, a little above the heel. While embroidering here, this area is where we want to avoid stitching. It's almost impossible to penetrate with small embroidery needles, and it really hurts your fingertips even though you make it through. When you're done with the small part above the heel, we can move on to the tongue. Here, keep in mind that the shoelace and the ribbon usually hide this part. I tend to keep my designs within 2 inches from the top. And just like that, my right shoe is complete. I added sequins and beads with gold metallic thread for the sparkles. Now we can repeat steps 1 through 4 on the other side. I'd recommend starting with the outer body, working towards the tongue like we just did. When you're working on the eyelets area, please note that this area also gets covered with the shoelace and the ribbon. I wanted some glitters to shine through the shoelace, so I added some beads there, but not any of the actual designs. And here you can see how I avoid stitching on the heel area. I tried so many times with different needles, but I always ended up poking myself, so I finally stopped. Next is my last stretch, embroidering the top of the tongue. We should remember that this would also be partially covered with the ribbon. Now let me show you how mine turned out. And here's a brief recap of this video. First, outer body and the tongue are the easiest parts to embroider. Inner body is also easy to work on, though it often gets dirty and worn out, so maybe it's not the best area. Also, we want to avoid the heel area as it's hard to penetrate, and we should keep in mind that some areas of the shoes eventually get covered by the shoelace. Now, you'll be able to make your very own custom embroidered pairs of Converse. These are the pairs I worked on over the last couple of years, and I can't wait to see what designs you guys come up with. Please let me know what yours look like. That was it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Have a nice day.